So now we are going to assemble the mango coconut cake, the most exciting part, where we have the hemispheres of the mango compote that we are going to put them into layers to see how they are going to look. Okay, so I have the egg and the eggless coconut sponge. I'm just going to toast them now to check the texture. The sponges are quite firm. The condensation has happened on the outside of the cling wrap. So this one is the one with the eggs, the coconut Dacquoise, and this is the eggless coconut cake that we made. I'm just going to toast them now. So this I'm going to cut it into 2 layers. You can see the specks of the desiccated coconut. So we have the eggless sponges ready here. I'm just going to first cut this into 2 equal, and then I'm going to cut each into 2 more again. It looks nice, but then it's quite firm, obviously because it is frozen now. So toting would be easier. Now each of this, I'm going to go ahead and then cut it furthermore into 2 layers. So total I have 4 layers. So we have the layers toted, the eggless one and the one with the eggs, and then let me get back when I'm just going to lay them on the rings. So the mango jelly, the compote one set in the hemisphere molds, is nice and firm now. I've just taken it right out of the freezer. I don't want to keep it out for too long because it has to be firm while layering. I also have cut the sponges out because in my ring the cakes are not going to fit in. So I'll just remove the outer crust, and then I have the prepared ring here ready, and then the white chocolate mousse is also ready. I'm just going to start snipping it open. I also have sugar syrup handy with me. I'm just going to start with a bit of the mousse. I'm just going to place the sponge in there and then add sugar syrup. I go on and add 1 full layer, cover up the sponge once nicely, and then go on to adding 1 more time, which will be the second round. Just add a bit more, roughly around. Okay, so that much sugar syrup will be good enough. And now I'm just going to add a dam. Have a thin layer of the mousse. I'm just going to spread it out. So now I'm going to start placing the jelly insert. Just going to squish it down so it just goes inside the mousse that is piped. So now the inserts are placed. I'm going to pipe in more mousse to go in and then fill up the gaps. And then on top as well. Just going to put little pressure so it just goes in and then fills the gap in between the jelly. And now on top of that, another sponge. Or in the process, if your mango hemispheres are softening up, you can just pop them in the freezer and then get back to adding them in the layer. So on this layer, I'm going to add the sugar syrup. And this layer, I'm going to keep it just the mousse because I'm going to have the inserts in 2 layers only. Just pressing down to avoid any gaps.
Another layer.
So I'm going to place these mango hemisphere. I did freeze them a bit more so they look stable. So when you see that they are softening up, you could just pop them into the freezer and then just remove them right when you are ready to place it in the cake. And then on top of this, I'm going to pipe in some more cream. So I'm just going to go in the gaps and then just fill it up with some more cream. And then use the spatula to just press it down so you have all the gaps fully sealed. And then on top of this, I want to add the last sponge. Then the sugar syrup. That's about like three levels, 3 coats of sugar syrup I have added in there. And then the last layer to seal the moisture before I'm going to set this in the freezer again before I have to remove the ring. Okay, so this is good to go. The mango coconut cake is being nicely assembled. I'm going to put this into the freezer minimum of 4 hours to up to even overnight, or even 8 hours is good. And then I'll get back to show you how I'm going to remove this ring and then frost the cake. So the mango coconut cake has been freezing for overnight that we put in the ring, and I've just taken it out about half an hour back from the freezer. You can't be removing the ring right away from the freezer as well. It could be difficult. So now, like, the ring wouldn't just pop itself out. I'm going to use the jar and that the board is there on top. I'm just going to position it in such a way that if I'm going to drag the acrylic ring down, so the ring is down out, and I'm just going to find the place where the OHP sheet was stuck. Just remove that. That we have the board there. I'm just going to lift it gently and then place it back into the same board, or you could also use a different board in which you're going to set up the cake. Now at this stage you could choose to remove that white board or the acrylic board that was placed exactly to the size of the cake, and then you could just have a knife go in and then place just the cake on the board. So for the sides I have cream diplomat, or you could use the same mousse that you have made for the filling as well. I'm just going to go and cover the sides. Please use an offset spatula to just smear the side. I'm just going to use a scraper I'm just going to fill in the dents. So then on the top, I'm just going to add a layer. I also have a bit of mango colored. There's a bit of lime yellow and orange and a bit of ivory, and I have this shade as well, which I just want to add it on the sides like a marble color. So first let me just fix the top. So I'm just going to grab a bit of the mango. I'm just going to run the scraper. And then a bit on the top as well. Going to run it through the sides once. I'm just going to keep the raised edge on the top like that and not fiddle much about the sharp edges. And now on the top I just want to add some coconut flakes and then some mango cubes to finish, because that's mango and coconut inside. Let me just get back after cleaning the board and some coconut flakes and mango cubes. So some coconut flakes here, you just grab a bit and then add it on the top. You could also do that to the sides if you want. And then that's mango cubes. Just put like a cluster in the center on the top. You could also have the mango compote and just drizzle on top of this. You could just finish the mango coconut cake. I'm just going to get back to cut a slice of this and then show you. So I'm just going to grab the knife and then just go in. So it's just about the 3 jellies that is seen, but here another slice will start showing you the 3 other jellies, the mango compote insert. But however, this looks beautiful with 3 hemisphere jellies on one layer, but one, obviously we know we've had it enough, so we could have 3 others in another slice as well. So every other wedge is going to have surprise secret mango compote insert, and here we have our coconut mango cake beautifully layered.